Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Melissa Cohen. So in the beginning of March, there is a group called the Debt Collective. So they are launching what we call a student debt strike when the payments resume on May 1st. But it's really not quite a strike. Their goal is to have students realize what their options are and to get their student loan payments to $0 per month. They don't want you to default on your debt though, because obviously that's going to affect your credit score. What they're trying to do is to make it known for anybody with student loans what their payment options are to get those payment dollars down to $0. Here's the facts. So there are 43 million federal student loan borrowers facing payments that are going to start on May 1st, and that hasn't been extended through by President Biden yet. We also do know that during the State of the Union address in that first week of March, President Biden made zero reference to the student loan forgiveness program. And that's a little surprising because that's just a big topic for the country. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, you know, that's a big topic out there in politics and such of, are they going to do this or not? Are they going to forgive the student loans or not? Now, there's another thing to consider is there are a lot of student loans out there or that were used for student tuition, cost of living, things like that, like the Parent Plus loans or private loans that are not even considered under the federal student loan program. So basically what this organization did is called the Debt Collective. They launched an initiative. They want to make student loan borrowers aware and try to get their payments down to $0 monthly payments when that payment pause expires on May 1st. So how they're expecting you to do that is if you are a public service worker and you previously applied for the PSLF, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, or and you were previously and if you were previously declined for whatever reason, the Biden administration has relaxed some of those rules and some of those qualifications. Now, you still have to work for a public service agency. You still have to be a full-time employee for at least 10 years and such. But whether you made the payments every month, let's say you missed a payment, maybe you didn't have the exact type of loan, some of those have been waived temporarily, and that is effective through October 31st, 2022. So you do have to apply for that program, reapply. So I encourage you to do that if you are forgiven or if you are eligible, and then so you can have your loans forgiven to $0, which is what we all want here. And thank you for your public service. I mean, that was the whole point of you doing that. The other initiative by this debt collective is that depending on what your income is, you can apply for an income-driven repayment plan. And of course, we all like acronyms, or the government likes acronyms. I don't know, it's IDRP. So if your income isn't very high right now, that is something that you can consider. You fill out the paperwork. You have to do it every year. And if you're in low income or even no income, you can get your student loan payments down to $0. You want to do that because then it keeps your loan current. It keeps your financial standings and your credit scores, your FICO scores in good standing as well. You get all greens on your credit reports and such. Even though you're not making the payments, you know, your interest is still going to continue to climb. There's different issues and different reasons for that as well. But you do want to try to protect your financial security as well. Another reason that's pushing this from the Debt Collective is that they know a lot of people can't pay. They can't afford to pay. They still haven't recovered from the loss of the jobs of pandemic. So even though you see unemployment numbers, maybe they're still not making as much money. We all know inflation is going up, so you're not buying as much things. Even if you got a little, you know, even if you got a 5% raise, we know inflation has gone up the highest it's been in like 40 years or something. So I think last year was at least 7% just for that 1 year. So that has a couple of ramifications as well. So you still may qualify. There are another avenue is the borrower defense to repayment program that some schools have had to agree to. I've talked about that in some other videos as well. And it's a type of loan forgiveness that was granted to borrowers who were defrauded by for-profit schools. So I've got a couple different university or different videos out there that list the universities and the programs as well. And another thing to note that if you are not able to make your payments on May 1st for whatever reason, the U.S. Department of Education, they have a safety net, a financial safety net. So it's a 90-day grace period that allows missed payments to go unreported on your credit scores. So if something does happen May 1st, you can't just say, oh, well, I got one ding, I'm going to just not pay it. Or you can't get in to talk to someone because 40 million people are trying to contact this agency, right, to figure out what their student loans payments are going to be and such. So that is something to consider as well. So definitely, if you can't get in that first week, if you can go ahead and start making any of those arrangements prior to the May 1st deadline, I strongly encourage you to do so. But if you can't, just know that keep trying. You do have a 90-day grace period so that those missed payments don't go ding against your credit score. And the other portion here that they want to, the debt collective wants to make known is, if you are staying in school, your federal student loan should be in an in-school deferment period. So just know if you're a sophomore or junior and you have student loans from your, let's say, freshman, sophomore year, those are still considered in deferment, and so therefore you're not going to be required to pay them until you either drop out of school or you graduate from school, and then they still give you like a 6-month period once you graduate to actually start paying off those loans. Don't be deceived necessarily by the title, but be sure that you educate yourself on all of the options that you have to repay your student loans and to get that reinstated before May 1st. Because at this point, there has been no indication from the Biden administration that they're going to wipe out across the board any student loans for everybody, any amount for all student loan borrowers in the federal student loan program. So thank you once again. If I have any more updated information, as always, I will keep creating some videos and putting that out there. And best wishes to everyone. Have a great day.